Hey, what's going on, guys? Back with another video of some gaming pickups uh, that stem all the way from last April. This time it's going to be PS4 games that I've bought throughout the year. Um, so yeah, I guess we can get right to it. But yeah, it's gonna be quite a bit. So let's see. Let me start with something I've opened. Right. So this game I picked up, Mortal Shell. It's like a Dark Souls like game. Um, yeah, it's my first. I have the Dark Souls games, but I have yet to play them. Okay, and this is the first one like Dark Souls like game I've ever played. And yeah, I picked it up from Amazon. I pre-ordered it. I got it for $30, man. And man, the quality of this game is ridiculous. Like, and it's very dark. It can be kind of depressing at times. Like, just the visual aesthetics alone. But the gameplay is solid. Very challenging, but not unfair so far from what I've played of it. Uh, yeah. This is by Colos Symmetry in Playstack London. Um, and it doesn't even take up a lot of space. Only 4 gigs for the minimum. But yeah, I highly recommend this game if you're into the Dark Souls series. Also, the audio. Oh my god, the audio is so good, and like the rumble features uh, from the DualShock 4 are wow. They just enhance the immersiveness even more. Like it's cheap as hell, dude. I think when I picked it up, it was $30. I'm not sure if it's still available now. Maybe it could be cheaper now. Who knows? But yeah, I highly recommend this game. And wear headphones when you're playing this game because you'll just be so you'll be so immersed more. You'll be immersed more in the world. Uh, yeah, yeah, highly recommended. Uh, let's see. Another game I picked up. So this game was originally on the Wii U. Um, but since the Wii U was it didn't sell that great, uh, this game didn't get a lot of attention that it should have. From what I've been hearing, I've yet to play it, but I heard it was really good. I got this on PS. Yeah, so I got it on PS4. It's also available on Switch, and I think PC and Xbox Series, or Xbox One, I should say. But the Wonderful 101. It's a platinum developed title. Uh, yeah, and you basically you just play as these bunch of like superheroes, and like I guess you form like this unit, right? And it's like kind of like a strategy action game. It seems like, at least from the footage I've seen, it looks pretty wild, man. Like not like a game I've ever seen. But yeah, it's like you're made up of a unit of like 100 like superheroes, something like that, and then you just go around like you know fighting evil and all these levels and stuff like that. So I mean, but yeah, I've yet to play it, so hopefully I can get around to this one day. Yeah, uh, yeah, because I believe this was a game that was so they did like a Kickstarter for it to be available on newer systems. And they made that goal really quickly because it was like a cult classic among gamers when it was on the Wii U. So yeah, I think I got this for like $40, something like that. Should still be available now for all platforms, so or most platforms, I should say. Let's see, and oh yeah, so and I picked up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Uh, it's a remaster of the first two Tony Hawk games, which are, in my opinion, are like the best Tony Hawk games. I did like the third and fourth one pretty good, and as well as Underground. Uh, but the first two, man, like when they were originally on the PS1, those are like some of my favorite games ever. And I'm so glad Activision remastered and I mean they're basically remakes. I mean, and they have like some of the great music from the older games, like great licensed music. Um, so yeah, although I think they couldn't include some of the other ones that people love, but due to licensing issues, whatever. But they also had some new tracks too, Yeah, I started playing this a while ago. I enjoyed it a lot, just as much as I did the originals. Not even more so because of the enhanced visuals, and audio, and better content. So yeah, highly recommend getting this game if you're a fan of like the originals. So, and here's another Activision title that just came out just a few months ago. It's Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. aptly titled because like there were other Crash Bandicoot games that came after Crash Bandicoot Warped, which was the third game in the series, but it was not handled. They weren't handled by Naughty Dog at the time. Uh, they I don't know who did. I think was it I don't think it was Insomniac. I think it was some other third party developer. And a lot of those games were like it seemed like they were decent, but didn't have quite the same impact or quality as the original three games. But this, I guess they're basically pulling they're probably I guess retconning the other games that came after Warped that were on other older consoles. And just went and just pretending like they never happened. So this is like the fourth game in the series now. Um, so, and from what I've seen, I haven't played it yet. I already have it installed on my PS4, so it's good to go once I pop it in. But man, this game looks insanely crazy. Sorry, that's kind of redundant. It's insanely good. Just like the graphics, the level design. You can play a lot of characters now. Like you can play as Crash, Coco, Neo Cortex, Dingo Dial, and Tana. Yeah, so and there's like a bunch of other like modes you could switch up the gameplay with. That switches up the stat that kind of affects the gameplay a bit. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot to do in this game. I can't wait to play it, and hopefully it's as challenging as like the first three games. So yeah, and you can also they just put this game on the Switch too. So you have a choice between getting for this. You're also having, I think, so if you have a PS5, you could upgrade it, and it'll have enhanced visuals like 60 frames per second, 4K, like it looks super good. Like, so yeah, if you have PS5, definitely pick this up, a PS4 or PS5. I might get the Switch version too, so I can play it on the go. But anywho, another one is so I was waiting for this to go down in price for a while, and it finally did. I think it went down to like $30 or something like that. And that is Resident Evil 3. It's a Resident Evil 3 remake by Capcom. Basically, it's a remade version, a reimagination of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis that was originally on the PlayStation 1. I haven't, as you can see, I haven't opened it yet, so I haven't played it, obviously. I still want to beat the Resident Evil 2 remake, which taking my sweet time trying to beat. I know I should have beaten it by now, but sometimes I'll play a game and then for some reason I'll stop and just play a new one. So it takes for me to get back to playing the one that I already started. From what I read and heard, like this game, I mean, just like Nemesis, apparently it's really short, or it's a lot shorter than like the other games. Not a whole lot of content, but it does come with Resident Evil Resistance, which is like an online 4v1 multiplayer mode. I think along the lines of Resident Evil Outbreak or Raccoon City, something like that. That was, I think, released on older PlayStation systems. But I mean, this game. I played the demo of this game, and I liked what I saw and felt. So yeah, I can't wait to play the full game after I beat the Resident Evil 2 remake. So yeah. What else? What else is there? Okay, so I got this one. This one's by Atlas. This game kind of came out of nowhere, it seemed like, and it got nominated for like several awards, mostly for the story telling. And that is 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. It's by Sega Atlas. So this edition comes with a 36-page art book, which is pretty nice. But yeah, so says in the back, Vanillaware, the storytellers behind Odin's Savior, Odin, Dragon's Crown, craft a sci-fi mystery. I forgot that it was made by those same people that did those games. Craft a sci-fi mystery epic spanning 13 intertwining stories. Beautifully rendered in Vanillaware's signature hand-painted visual style. Yep, as shown by the cover here, which is actually really nice. Mystery epic spanning 13 intertwining stories. Uncover a deep story through visions of the past and the future. So yeah, it's like a time travel story, apparently. But from what I heard, it's really done well. Doomsday Clouds become a sentinel pilot. Customize your mech and fight waves of kaiju in top-down tactical combat. So yeah, this game looks pretty promising. Sounds really promising. So I can't wait to get around into that one day, hopefully. I think this was $30 too. So yeah, a lot so far. I always wait for some of these games to lower down in price unless I really really want to play it, right away. Then I'll pay full price. But it's nice to have some of these other not quite AAA games, but still pretty decently budgeted games that have quality. Be pretty inexpensive. So yeah. Another one. Let's see. Okay, so I picked up Borderlands 3, the Super Deluxe Edition, by 2K Games and Gearbox Software. This game, so I have the second game. I got it on the 360, but I've yet to play it. Looks really fun. This series looks really fun. I feel like it'd be really right up my alley. Yeah, I got this game when it went down to $20, I think, or $20-$30. And it comes in a nice little steel case. It's pretty awesome. Look at that. Yeah, it's still in its wrapping. It has the game inside. And yeah, what is this? There's a sticker here that shows what it comes with. It says, yeah, so it includes the steelbook case, what I just showed off. And it has the season pass and deluxe bonus content. Okay. So yeah, look around to playing this at some point, but I want to play the second game first because I always hear good things about the second game. But yeah. So next up, by Nigoro, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I was trying to pick this up for the Switch, but every time I try to check on Amazon or Best Buy, they never had it. But and I saw they had PS4 version of it. I was like, okay, why not? I'll get it for PS4 instead. And that's La Mulana 1 and 2 Hidden Treasures Edition. Yeah, it's by NIS America and Igoro. So these are like Metroidvania, retro Metroidvania style games, or retro styled, I should say. Yeah, it's both games that were originally on PC, apparently, and they just recently came to, Switch, PS4, and probably Xbox. I want to say it's also on Xbox Series, or Xbox One or something like that, right? But this Hidden Treasures Edition comes with collector's collector's box, art book, has an art book, 2-disc CD soundtrack, and a 100-piece puzzle, that's a pretty unique extra to have. You usually don't see like a jigsaw puzzle come with a collector's edition of a game. So yeah, I mean this series looks pretty fun. I always love these kinds of Metroidvania style games. So yeah, I can't wait. And it has an Indiana Jones vibe to it, which I appreciate. So yeah, I can't wait to get around to playing that. Yeah. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, let me. So I'm fighting games is one of my favorite genres. I've kind of taken a break from it recently. I felt like I kind of got burnt out by it for a little bit since I used to play Street Fighter 4 competitively, as well as Street Fighter 5. I also dabbled in other fighting games, but because I'm more of I do compete and I like to play fighting games competitively, but I'm also a fan of them. I don't take every fighting game I play seriously. A lot of them I just play for fun, but Street Fighter is usually my main series that I compete in. Because I play the Mortal Kombat series, Tekken series, Super Smash Brothers, Soul Calibur, I like to try all sorts of fighting games, even like really obscure ones like Blade Strangers and what's another one? Oh, I like to play Samurai Showdown too. That's another actually the newest Samurai Showdown. I love to play like it plays a lot like the older games. With a nice visual aesthetic, good soundtrack, great character roster. Online play is a lot to be desired. They should really try to improve it. SNK should really try to improve that. Maybe with some rollback netcode in the future. Who knows? Because now a lot more people are advocating for rollback netcode for fighting games lately because it's just the best way to play, honestly. So hopefully that happens in the future. But I did get this like deluxe edition or premium edition of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. This is a game by Arc System Works and Side Games and Exceed Games. So this is like an anime style type of fighting game, but from what I've seen of it, and what people have said about the game, it plays more like a Street Fighter game than like something like crazy like Guilty Gear, even though it's made by the same company or developed by the same company. So yeah, so this premium edition comes with what does it come with? A lot of things. So it comes with the game. This is the limited edition box with the original art. Special soundtrack CD, special art book, PS4 theme, PSN avatar set, and a color pack DLC. So it comes there's a lot that comes with this premium set. It does have an RPG mode apparently, where you can level up your characters. And it says on the back, power up your characters while enjoying a compelling story. At the beginning, it seemed like everyone was like on board with this game, even people that normally don't play like anime fighters. But here, let's take a look at that box art. Look right here, it's pretty nice, right? I see a reflection right there from the. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see that? It's really nice, right? Apparently, I guess like they added some new characters in the last season, where I guess some like one or a couple of the characters kind of broke the game. I don't know. That's just what I heard, on Twitter or whatever. But the game looks fun, overall. I'm gonna try it out at some point. Maybe I'll probably stream it and stuff, like doing trials and doing like the RPG mode and all that. So, and I'm not sure how good the online is. I didn't really hear anything about the online play. Hopefully it's decent. I would like to at least try this with some people online. But this is based on a anime or manga, like on an anime. There is an anime series. I'm pretty sure it's based on a manga series, which I'm sure is pretty much based on a manga series as well. So yeah, I'll try it out at some point. Let's see what else is there. Okay, so this one I got during Black Friday when it went on sale for $20, and that is Star Wars Squadrons. It's a PlayStation, so you can play this in VR, and so I don't think it's required, but apparently it really enhances the experience when if you play this in PlayStation VR. So it's basically like a combat flight combat simulator, in the Star Wars universe, and you play online with people. There is a story. I think there is a campaign mode, but I heard it's pretty short. Nothing too substantial. They did add some free stuff to this, which was nice. And usually, EA Games is not really known for that. To do free DLC or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was pretty nicely priced at $40, but I'm like, you know what? No, I'll wait till it gets cheaper. Because it was it came out right before the holiday season. I'm sure it'll go down in price, and it did. It basically became half off. So I was like, okay. But yeah, I haven't used my PSVR in a while, so hopefully I get the chance to try it out in VR at some point. It's a little annoying setting it all up again though. I get kind of lazy. But I love Star Wars, so I definitely want to experience this the proper way. There we go. Let's see. So I'm not sure if shown. I, I was like wondering if like some of these games I've already shown in like one of my other videos because I'm like, how far does these pickups go back? But I'll show them off still, just in case. No, I'll just do another video without them in it. um, but let's see. So this one I got for like I think $10 or something. It was always at a really cheap price because I guess a lot of people didn't really buy it. Like it kind of went under the radar, even though the first game like got a lot of hype, right? But I guess because the first game, I guess didn't live up to people's expectations. Like people just didn't care about the second game that was coming out, and from what I read, it's like, well, that was a mistake because it's like one of the most underrated games ever, I guess, right? And that is Titanfall 2 by EA and Respawn. I heard it's a really good mech action game. I mean, and apparently, like the campaign, like the story mode, because I guess the problem with the first game was it didn't really have much of a story mode, right? Which people were looking forward to more. I heard the multiplayer was pretty good though, but I guess in the second game, the story is way better. Like the campaign mode's way better, a lot longer, more with more substance to it, and the multiplayer is way better too. So, yeah, I always thought it's very cheap. I'm like, why is this game so cheap? You know, and it got a lot of good critical praise, but I guess since I guess the first game people read people the wrong way, like people didn't expect the same for the sequel. So. Yeah, I'll try it out one of these days, along with all these other games. um, Anywho, let's see what else. What else is next? Okay, all right. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's another Star Wars game. So also by EA. And that's Star Wars Battlefront 2. I held off on getting this game for like the longest time because, there's a lot of backlash because of I guess the loot boxes and stuff that EA is very infamously known for was plaguing in the game, and that you had to like do like a lot of unnecessary grinding to like unlock staple Star Wars characters like Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and a bunch of other characters, which to me is just like what. Like, why should we have to grind to play as these characters? Back in the day, like, sorry to sound like a old boomer guy, but in the Super Nintendo Star Wars games, like you could play as these characters right from the start. Like why should you have to like grind levels or like purchase loot boxes to get like these kinds of characters and power ups and stuff? Um, so I guess since there was so much backlash, like EA kind of like was like, oh, sorry, like let's make this better. So and apparently now it's a better game overall, and like not as grindy, and not they took out the loot box shit apparently, or microtransaction stuff, or at least the more problematic ones, I guess. But I mean the game looks great, like I got this for $20 because I was like, I don't want to pay full price for this, especially since I heard about all the criticism surrounding it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait on this. So then I'm like, once I lower down to $20, I'm like, okay, I'll pick it up. And it looks pretty good. So I think I'll have a fun time with this soon. So there's that. Let's see, what's another one? Oh yeah, here we go. So now I have all three of these games on 360, but I've yet to play a single one. It's just like I have it set up to play the first game right over there in the family room, but it's just in case, I would like to have all these games on one disc, and so that's why I picked up BioShock Collection, which is by 2K Games. And it's really nice to have all these three of these games on one disc, and I got it at like $20, dude. Like, so it has BioShock 1, 2, and BioShock Infinite, and all the DLCs that came with them. But yeah, I mean these games look absolutely amazing still to this day. I'm pretty sure they look much better on a PS4. I would like to play them on 360 first though, like separately, and then like probably replay these games on PS4 at some point. But yeah, I mean, these are the the visual aesthetics of these games and the character designs are like these are like right up my alley. So yeah, I'll get around to playing that at some point. Let's see what else is there. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if I showed this in the last video that I did PS4 pickups on, but I got Trials of Mana, which is a remake of the SNES original, which is funny because they when they announced this, it was by Square Enix, by the way. When they announced this when they first announced this game on a Nintendo Direct, so they showed off the remake, right? And then right after they said, "Oh, here's Collection Mana," which has their original version of Trials of Mana. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," which was never released here in the States. So I haven't played the original yet. I have Collection of Mana physically, so I'll get around to those at some point. But I did play a demo of like the remake of this, and I thought it was fun. Really good, cool action RPG. Where you play as multiple characters. I think are there different endings? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Change your appearance, magic, and special attacks by changing your hero's classes. Switch between characters in fast-paced real-time battles. Choose your hero and commands from 6 different characters, and the story will play out in different ways. Oh yeah, so it looks like there might be multiple endings. But yeah, see here, the characters on the back, the description. But yeah, I played the demo. I really liked it. So I can't wait to play the full game. But man, the voice acting was like a little spotty in some places. I was like, yes. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty decent. But there was definitely some characters that had very questionable voice acting. But I mean, that's not gonna detract from the gameplay for me. So yeah, can't wait to get around to playing the full version of this game soon. At some point, I don't know, when I'm 100 years old. Let's see. What else? What else is there? Yeah, I guess I'm trying to see which one to show next. I guess I'll show you one that came in like the other day. It was yesterday actually, and that's the Nonary games. This is a collection of the first 2 games, I believe, because it says 2 Nonary games. So this has what is it called? 9 doors, 9 persons, 9 hours, something like that. I forgot the order of it. 9 hours, 9 doors, 9 persons. Anyway, that's the first game, and then the second game is called Virtue's Last Reward. But the third game, which is not on here, is called Zero Time Dilemma. This is part of so all 3 of these are what's called the Zero Escape games. So these are basically like visual novel games, which are, you solve puzzles, you make choices, right? And there's multiple endings, depending on the choices you make, right? There is like there's always, I mean, but with each game, there's always like a true ending, so you just gotta kind of like figure out, which path to take, that'll branch out into some other story, some other plot point. But when I played the original, the first 2 games on the first game was on the originally on the Nintendo DS, and then the next 2 games are on the 3DS. I haven't played the third game yet, and because I still need to beat the second game. But these games have really good storytelling, great characters, good art style for the visuals, very intense, very, very intense gameplay. So yeah, I got this for like what, $20, I think. Yeah, it was $20. So I was like, because like I couldn't find my first copy, my original DS copy. I don't know what happened to it. I remember letting one of my closest friends borrow it, and I remember he gave it back to me after he beat it, but then I don't know, I misplaced it somewhere. So hopefully it turns up at some point, but I decided to get this physical copy that has the first 2 games on it just in case. So yeah, I'll give it a go once again at some point, since I still need to beat the second game as well. So and this is by Axis Games, by the way. Let's see. Oh yeah, once again I got another Yakuza game. This is the newest one. I guess so. I'm always confused at like I guess the order of this series, like the chronological order. So this is the seventh game, I guess, right? The official seventh game. Like does it take place after Yakuza 6, or is it? I don't know. Is it like a reboot? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But apparently this one plays different from all others. Is that it? Because it plays like a traditional, like JRPG instead. Just with the Yakuza aesthetic. But yeah, Yakuza like a Dragon by Sega. Um, looks pretty good. Like looks pretty wild, just like all the other games, which I've yet to play. I'm sorry, guys. It's like I know, like I get all these games, and it's like I can't find the time to play them. Like right now, like I'm only playing like a couple games. I mean, I'm even getting back into some older stuff, so it's like who knows when I'm gonna get into all these games. It's so hard when you're older, guys. I'm telling you, but I like to get my hands on these games. When they come out or they go down in price. For game preservation, and to get around to playing them one day. Because I do want to play all of these. It's just the time. The time um, is a big factor. But yeah, it seemed like it got a lot of good reviews. So yeah, I'll show the back a bit right there. But yeah, I just need to play all the other ones so I can play this one. um, what else is there? Okay. And so another game I haven't played. I haven't played the first one of this either. It's Little Nightmares 2. Pretty much it's like a horror puzzle game of some sort, like side scrolling. It's like a side scrolling puzzle platformer game. With horror elements. It looks visually it looks really really unsettling, but very beautiful at the same time. I've heard good things about both games. I do have the first game. What was it on? I do have the first game, right? I think it's on. What was it on? Oh, I don't even remember. I mean, I probably do have the first game on PS4. Um, but yeah, but I need to play that first to get around to this. But from what I heard, it's pretty good. It lives up to the original game, like the same standards as the original. And you can play this. Oh, I thought it was two players. Oh, could have sworn it was. I guess not. Just it's still single player. But I guess you play as two characters now. I don't know, but this game looks pretty intriguing. So once I play the first game, I'll get around to this. What else? Show off. Yeah, I guess this is one of the harder ones to find right now. Is this is both on the PS4 and Switch. It's a vertical shooter or shmup. Let me see if I'm pronouncing this right. Sivariar Delta? I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. So I wanted to get this originally on Switch, but it kept selling out, or it was like too high of a price. But I managed to find this PS4 copy for like $20. I heard good things about it. I heard it's really, really tough, just like most shmups are. And you can take a look at the back here. Looks like those are like the two main characters right there. And let me see. So it says players are rewarded by grazing enemy fire. So yeah, it's one of those shooters where it's like you just kind of barely miss, like being shot at, but it rewards you for like kind of playing risky like that, right? Like maneuvering around all the bullet hell that's being thrown your way. And okay, so it says you level up by grazing the enemy fire in a row and become temporary invincible. Okay, fly towards enemy fire and turn your buzz to level up. Cool. And it says it has new mode and online rankings. Cross over the two classics of medium unit and revision. New set of options with a new display option. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be one of those ones that's it's gonna have like a cult following. It seems like it's gonna be hard to put. And I haven't seen this come back up on Amazon at all for both PS4 and Switch. So it looks like this might be getting really hard to find now. So I'm glad I picked it up when I could. All right. What else is next? There's an older title, I believe, that was I think on an on some older platforms, but it got I think that's what the case was. But this is Grip. It's a racing game. I got the Air Blades versus Rollers Ultimate Edition, and it has some DLC on it, which is nice to have. Instead of paying for it separately, I think I got this for like 20 or 30 bucks. But yeah, it says Combat Racing Turned Upside Down. Grip Ultimate Edition features armored rollers battling with anti-grav airblade racers in an intergalactic tour that's faster and more devastating than ever before, complete with a year's worth of content in the box. Oh, 29 tracks. Yeah, it has combat in it too. Real mach speeds. But yeah, it's like you can just pretty much drive around. Like, I guess on some of these tracks you can like, or most of the tracks you could drive around, like flipping your vehicle over and stuff like that, and you're still going, and there's combat involved as well. But yeah, I mean, and this is by Wired Productions. But yeah, this looks pretty fun. Yeah, I'll try it out at some point. It's like something you could easily pick up and play. And here we go. So I never played any of the Ace Combat games ever, and you know, people have told me I've been missing out. So I picked up this game, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, by Bandai Namco. This runs on the Unreal Engine, and then it also has a VR mode included, which, you know, looks like it might be the best way to play this game. I mean, because who doesn't want to play a VR game, you know, or like a flight combat game with VR? I mean, I'm sure that sounds pretty intense. I heard the story's pretty good, and yeah, it looks really amazing visually as well. But yeah, this would be my first Ace Combat game that I'll be trying out. Maybe I should try and get a hold of some of the older ones. Hopefully they have them up on PSN for PlayStation 3. Maybe I could try the older ones out beforehand to kind of get a taste of what's to come in this one. I think I got this for like 20 bucks. I think I got this during a... Oh no, I got this at Target for like 20 or 30 bucks. So yeah. Yeah, can't wait to get it around. It probably this has so it says play VR missions first on PS4. Oh yeah, because I think since I think Xbox One doesn't have VR, like the only way you could play VR, like VR mode, is on PS4. So yeah, it has the exclusive mode to that. That's crazy, actually. Another one I feel like I did show in my last video, but I'm not sure. Again, it's been so long. And that is Judgment. I picked this up for like about 20 or 30 bucks, something like that, right? And it's by Sega. And it's basically, I don't think this is set in the Yakuza universe. I mean, it really looks like a Yakuza game. And it is a Yakuza style game, but yeah, I guess there's more like puzzle solving, detective work. So basically it's like a kind of like Phoenix Wright, you know, where you're solving cases and stuff like that, but you're actually, you know, walking around places and stuff like that, and there is combat. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's done in the Yakuza style. Like I said, I don't know if it's actually set in the Yakuza universe. Also, the main character looks like Daigo Mihara, who's a legendary Street Fighter pro. So here's some of the back right here. But yeah, it says it also includes it has reversible cover art and a sticker. It's pretty nice. Okay, let's see. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Here's another one I picked up recently from Amazon for like 15 bucks. It's normally like $30 or $40. It went down in price pretty quick. And that is, it's another, it's a VR game. It's another VR game. It's called The Persistence. So it's like a survival horror roguelike first-person shooter, which is pretty nuts, actually. I believe they have this on Switch too, but the only way you can play this in VR, at least to my knowledge, is on PS4. I'm not sure if this was released for PC. I would imagine so. Like, you know, first person shooters. You know, there's always like an abundance of first person shooters on PC. Um, but it does say it is. So it says. So I guess this is required. Do you need VR to play this game? I don't think you do. Well, it says required. PlayStation VR and PlayStation Camera required. Interesting. So you can't play this game? I don't know. I don't. Anyway, the game looks fun. So regardless of if you have to play it in VR or not, or if you can choose where to play it in VR or not, it looks really fun. Like, it looks pretty terrifying actually from what I've seen of it. Here's some of the back right there. If you want to pause and read what's on the back. So, yeah, it looks fun. I'll get around to playing this one day. I'm glad it was cheap too. Might be harder to find because of that now. Let's see. Another game I picked up when it came out by Ubisoft is Immortals: Phoenix Rising, which looks like it plays a lot like Breath of the Wild, very heavily inspired. But it's based in Greek mythology, and it looks really fun. Like the I guess like the whole world looks really gigantic. I forgot what this game was originally. Was it called Immortals, Gods and Monsters or something like that? It had a different name when it was early in development, and they changed it. I don't know, for lawsuit reasons. I don't know. But it also says it includes bonus quests to tell Fire and Lightning, and it says there is a PS5 upgrade available, so it'll look even better on a PS5. But yeah, this game looks really fun. Like, even like the characters look very endearing, sound endearing. The gameplay looks great. So yeah, can't wait to get around to playing this. I'm not sure if I should I get it for Switch as well. I mean, it'll probably take a hit in the graphics department, but I wouldn't mind playing it on Switch either. On the go. So maybe I'll pick it up for Switch at some point. What else? All right, let's show off 2 Ys games. PlayStation 4 I got. So the first one is Ys Memories of Salsetta Timeless Adventure Edition. And look at that. Look at that box. Look at that art style. I love it. But this comes with the game, CD with music from the history of Ys games, and a set of 12 heroines of Ys illustration cards. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it the right way. But this is a long running series, RPG series, and action RPG series. I should say that. It's become really popular, even more popular lately. It seems like, because like a lot of these Ys games date back to like the 90s, I believe. So I guess this is I think this one was originally released on the PS Vita, I want to say, and then they re-released it on PS4. I'm not sure about the other systems. I don't think this is not on Switch. But yeah, I mean these games look really fun, and I'll have to get around to one of these one day. I'm not sure which order to play them in either. I guess I should play Ys Origin, which I do have on my Switch. I got from Limited Run recently, which I'll show off in the next video. I'll do another video with some more Switch pickups that I've got recently. But yeah, that's Ys Memories of Salsetta, or Salcetta, Calcetta. I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it. And then the next Ys game is like the newest one, which is Ys 9. Monstrum Nox Pact Edition, right there. Here, take a good look at the cover art right there. But yeah, nice cover art. I like the. It looks like the main character with like a claw hand. Looks pretty cool. Let's see. So this one has This comes with some stuff too: a soft cover art booklet, one disc official soundtrack sampler, and a reverse cover sheet. You know, so but yeah, another Ys game. Try out at some point. What else? What else is there? Okay, here's another RPG. I believe it's another action RPG. This is a re-release, a re-release remaster. It's called Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. I believe this just got ported over to Switch as well. But this game came out back in Xbox 360, PS3 days. And unfortunately it didn't sell well, but even though it did get a lot of critical acclaim. So let me read the back of this. It says, the hit RPG returns. From the minds of the best-selling author R.A. Salvatore, Spawn creator Todd McFarlane, and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion lead designer Ken Rolston comes Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. Remastered with stunning visuals and refined gameplay, Re-Reckoning delivers intense, customizable RPG combat inside a sprawling game world. So yeah, I also heard the soundtrack's really amazing for this. So yeah, and this is a mature rated RPG. You don't see too many of those. So yeah, I can't wait to play this game one day. And I should get it for Switch as well. All these games that I get for PS4 now, it's like, man, can this run on Switch? Of course, not every game, even if they release it on the Switch, sometimes it's not really playable or not properly playable. If it takes too much of a hit in the gameplay and graphics department. So, anywho, and let's see, almost done here, guys. So this game, by Sega, based on the anime series Sakura Wars. I believe this also there were quite a few games in the quite a few older games in this series as well, older platforms. But it's like a hybrid dating sim / turn-based RPG, I believe. But yeah, it's only $30. So I was like, yeah, why not pick it up, and see what it's all about. But yeah, so it says, a new era of conflict and romance. In a steampunk version of 1940s Tokyo, the Imperial Combat Review, the capital's global defense force, is on the verge of disbanding, offering the city little protection against external threats. As captain of the new Tokyo Review, it's up to you to mend the hearts of your troops and restore the Review to its former glory. Meet and interact with a colorful cast of characters, take control of powerful mechs and fast-paced battles. I mean, it's not a turn-based RPG. Is it more action RPG with mechs / dating sim? I don't know, but let's see. It says launch edition bonuses, theater costume add-on bundle, stickers, and reversible cover. That's nice. Yeah, nice artwork too, right there. Yeah, this might be lower on the priority list. It looks fun though. Oh yeah. So I have all the Darksiders games, and if you have to play those as well. But I did pick up the newest game, Darksiders Genesis. I believe this is a prequel to all the other games. I believe, hence the Genesis title, right? This one plays more like Diablo than the previous games. Like an over-the-top perspective. What do you call it? Isometric perspective, really? Over-the-top isometric perspective, I guess, right? Originally I was going to get this on a Switch, but I heard it didn't run very well. So I got the PS4 version instead. Maybe they patched it. If they did, I'll definitely pick it up for the Switch. It might be a little harder to find, though. These Darksiders games are getting a little tough to find now. But yeah, this one's by THQ Nordic. They always do amazing stuff. So yeah, I think I got this for $30 as well. But yeah, get around to that one day. Okay, this game has been on my mind to play lately, but there's so many other games I need to beat right now that I've started and haven't finished yet. So hopefully I can make it a point to play this game. Everyone that's played this game has said this game is absolutely amazing. It's deserving of all the recognition it's getting, all the awards it's getting, all the awards it's winning. And that is Ghost of Tsushima by Sucker Punch. And this is the launch edition. It has a digital mini soundtrack, Jin Avatar, and Jin PS4 dynamic theme. I'm guessing. Oh, DLC voucher expires 2023. So yeah, I better get around to playing this soon. But I mean, this game got like a lot of 10 out of 10s. I mean, from what I've seen of it, it looks absolutely stunning. And the combat looks fun. And I'm not so sure about the story. I haven't really heard much about the story. I guess it's sufficient enough, right? It takes place in feudal Japan, right? And in the way the game was made, it was the people that made this game were like big fans of like the old Japanese samurai films from back in the day, like Zatoichi and Seven Samurai, and a bunch of others. So it seems to be paying a lot of homage to Japanese samurai cinema. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, man, I can't wait to play this game sooner than later. This is definitely one of the higher priority games for me to play and to try out. Yeah, I can't wait to play this game. And I've been on a samurai kick lately. I've been watching I picked up like a couple of samurai films, so including like one of the third Rurouni Kenshin live action film. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get around to this very, very soon. Anyway, let's see. So then I picked up this one. I picked up at Target for like I think $20 or $30, and that is World War Z, which is there was a movie with Brad Pitt in it, which was okay. I guess it was also based on a book. So, and this is basically like a zombie killing game. Apparently there's more to it than that, because it plays a little bit like it's like kind of like Left 4 Dead. It's like a third person co-op shooter for up to 4 players. But yeah, I mean, from what I saw of the game, I saw like a couple of reviews for the game, and it looks pretty solid. Apparently it's very underrated, very overlooked. Probably because there was like mixed reviews about the film. So like when people saw this game, like, oh no, it's one of those licensed games. Like I don't want to play it because usually licensed games have this stigma of being really awful. Because usually licensed games don't have a lot of effort put into them. They're just kind of like a quick cash grab. Because of the movie that it's based on, it's come out recently, so they just kind of want to jump on that gravy train. But I heard it's really good. It did get a lot of critical praise, so yeah, I'll try it out at some point. Getting down to the last 5 games here. Sorry, this has gone on long again, but there's a lot to take in here. And this one is one of those interactive movie games, as I like to call them. I got the PlayStation Hits version of this, and that is Until Dawn. I got it for about $20. I've seen a little bit of people play this game. It's exactly as I described it. It's like an interactive movie. It's very choice driven. A lot of quick action time events too. But man, it looks the graphics on this game look fucking incredible. Like, it really just feels like you're just watching a movie. Like, so yeah, I'm not sure how long this game is. I mean, it was $20, so it's probably not that long. We'll see. It looks pretty good, for an interactive style of a game, right? Or choice-driven based game, adventure game, I guess. So it says plays each of the 8 friends, all of whom can live or die based on your decisions. See the impact of your choices and the path you take with the butterfly effect system. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, it looks pretty gruesome too from what I've seen of it. Like, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. But yeah. multiplayer VR game. Yeah, so I guess this does require VR. Because there's some, I guess there's some in this. Sorry, I'm going off track here. There are some games that do require, some that don't, and I guess this is one of the ones that do require. And that's Blood and Truth, and it's like a first person. It's a first person shooter action game. It says, be the action hero, battle through London as elite special forces soldier Ryan Marks on your deadliest mission yet. Take on the ruthless criminal empire threatening your family and uncover their secrets in this explosive VR blockbuster. Okay, and this is by Sony Interactive Entertainment. And, you know, it does look pretty cinematic. It definitely reminds me of, like, those old cop films from back in the day, those cop action films from the 90s and stuff like that. Yeah, this looks pretty fun. Yeah, the the action looks pretty crazy. So, I mean, I'm sure it looks even better in VR. So I'll go around to that one day, and then I had the first couple games that I got on the Switch that were released on that platform. And this is the most recent game in the series, Metro Exodus. So it looks like it's like a sci-fi first-person shooter. But like the world looks very huge. It's very dark. I always heard good things about this series, so can't wait around to playing this one day. And this is by Deep Silver, 4A Games. I'll probably play the Switch collection I got for it, which has Metro Last Light, and I forgot what the other one was called. Anyway, I'll get around to those one day. Okay, last two games. So I haven't played the first game yet, but I did pick up Neo 2, and this is the special edition by Team Ninja. It's a pretty big set right here. So it does come in a steelbook case. And it has an art book and a season pass. Basically, just like the first game, it plays like a Dark Souls style game. Very tough, unforgiving. So from what I've read, and apparently this is a prequel to the first game, story wise, right? But yeah, definitely set in Japanese mythology. Looks like it has a lot of over the top action. I'm not sure how the story is. It's probably good. It's a safe bet. Yeah, there it is, Neo 2. I feel like this game hasn't been talked about enough for some reason. A lot of people were on the Neo 1 hype train. But for some reason, I guess because there were so many releases last year, that this kind of went under the radar maybe a little bit. It has gotten good reviews, so, we'll see how it is. And the last game, which is probably one of the most divisive games ever, and I mean, it sucks, the circumstances it was in, before the game's release, because it got leaked, the whole story got leaked, with all the cinematic scenes and everything, right? And, it's a shame that happened, right? Because I feel like maybe some people prejudged the game before it came out because they didn't like the way the story was going, because people enjoyed the first game so much due to its story and characters. And that would be The Last of Us Part 2. This is the special edition, which comes with a bunch of digital content. It has a PS4 dynamic theme, PlayStation Network, avatars, in a set of 6, digital soundtrack, and a digital mini art book. And it comes in a steel case. Now, I started playing the first game again because I never beat it on PS3 originally. So now I have The Last of Us Remastered on PS4. I'm not sure how far I am in it, but from what I played of it, I'm really enjoying it. It's very immersive, very intense. The story and characters are great. The voice acting's on point. So I'd already been spoiled about this game because you just couldn't avoid the leaks at all. no matter how hard you tried, it was always somewhere, like, you know, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's like there is no way of avoiding, you know, what, you know, the story that was leaked for this game. And, you know, from what I read, it's like, oh no, what? It's like, I'm not sure, you know, but, you know, I'm not gonna make any rash judgments. You know, there's still a lot I don't know about the story, like in the way, in the direction it goes. You know, I'm sure there's, you know, a little more nuance to it than what people were complaining about. So I'll see for myself, and you know, I'll give my opinion about, you know, the story direction at some point. Um, it just sucks that that had to happen. You know, like when a when a game's content leaks, you know, where it's gameplay or the story or whatever, it's just bad for everyone, you know, and then it causes a lot of unnecessary drama. Um, but you know, hopefully I'm wrong in the way this, you know, hopefully I'm wrong about like the way they went, the direction they went in this game with, you know, what's been spoiled about it. So I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, the gameplay more than makes up for, like, you know, if I don't enjoy the story as much. But I still have to beat the first game, so you know, I'm gonna finish that first before I get into this. And this is one's on there that's on the priority list along with Ghost of Tsushima. As soon as I beat those other, as soon as I beat The Last of Us Remastered and Final Fantasy VII Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and a couple other games, I'll get around to these two: Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. By Naughty Dog, by the way. So, yeah, and that's about it. There's some more games that I got recently, but they're from more of them are from our Switch related. So I'll do another video on some recent Switch pickups, hopefully soon. I'm glad I'm getting around to doing these videos more often. At least, you know, more often than what I'm usually known for. Because I'm usually kind of late to the party when it comes to this kind of stuff. Just got a lot on my mind and a lot of other important stuff to take care of. But thanks, guys, for always, you know, giving me these views. And, you know, please let me know if you'd like to see anything more from me down in the comments below. And, you know, give these videos some likes. And, you know, subscribe, of course, if you want to. Or yeah, give it a like or a dislike, whatever, you know. And, you know, and I'm open to any kind of feedback, any criticism. So, I mean, I can take it. Okay, like, just, you know, keep it respectful. You know, don't, like, I don't want any kind of like you know, insults being thrown or whatever. You know, just have some legit criticism. You know. But don't, you know, keep it positive. You know, don't make it really negative. Like, just be honest with me, you know. But in, you know, in a respectful way. Not like these days where it's like, you know, you get labeled as something if, you know, if you disagree with someone on something. It's like, it's getting ridiculous out there. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But anyways, thanks again, guys, for watching this new PS4 pickups video. I'll have some more content on the way. I was thinking before I do another Switch before I do another Switch gaming pickups video, I was thinking of doing an unboxing video of Samurai Showdown, the Neo Geo collection that I got for the Switch recently by Limited Run Games. So yeah, I look forward to that. But anyways, once again, thanks, and I'll see you guys later.